Well, I'm finally back. If you saw my video yesterday, then you'll know what all this is about. That I picked up a TV stand yesterday, and hopefully I can get the light here to adjust, because I was trying to do this while I still have some natural light coming in through the window. But there it is. So that's what I plan on doing now until I get a capture card, if I even want to, because I plan on getting next-gen consoles, and they both have some capturing features, even if they are limited to a certain amount of time. But I just have to say, look how nice it's weird. I mean, I've had this 42-inch TV for like well over a year, but it feels like you're in practically a new room, just having the TV at a different angle. I used to have it probably right there, and just having it up here. Hopefully I can get used to it, but it actually ended up working out pretty well. The only problem was the screws that came with it, since this is a plasma and a lot heavier than an LCD. The screws that came with the stand didn't work. They were too thin, so went to Walmart and they didn't have the right ones. So then I went to a local hardware store, and they're called M8 screws for them. And I'll just show you the back. Which were here. And the problem with those screws is they weren't fit. Let me get a better angle. You can probably barely see the holes right here. These weren't bored enough, so I had to buy a file and then file them down. I thought it would take forever, but it only took like 30 seconds, just non-stop filing in an even motion, and that worked fine. Then I got washers, and they weren't big enough either, and I had to file them, which took forever because I think they were like steel or something. But it actually worked out fine. Those screws are real strong, and this TV only weighs like 40 pounds, which is a lot, but it's not ridiculous, because I think there's a sticker on this that says carries up to 150, so that's plenty. It does swivel. So that's my guitar. That's another thing I need to mention. I thought this was going to be more compact. It is so much bigger. That's almost disappointing, because it takes up so much more of my room, but it looks nicer. And it does hold the TV up higher, and it gives me more room for all my consoles now. If it'll focus, because again I only have autofocus, I can't touch the focus anymore. They still have the old VCR. I don't know if that one still works or not, because every time I use it, years ago it would chew up my tapes, so I'm kind of afraid to turn it on and see what it does. I might be able to play it, but I just don't know if it'll rewind. And I've actually had more trouble using the rewind machines. Those even seem to do a worse job at taking care of the tape. N64. I ran out of room for all my games, because remember I had them stacked here. Then I had about 100 back there as the PS3 in the front, and all my old Xbox ones. I put my new ones way back here, which is kind of out of the way. And I want them all together, but for now I was just going to have to do. But my N64 is back there, Dreamcast, PS3. I always had it vertically, so I don't think that would matter, but it just seems weird that a lot of these go bad, and I've always had mine sitting a certain way, but I'd imagine it still would get plenty of airflow like that. GameCube, Xbox 360, the PS2 is on top of the the VCR, and then whatever I get first, an Xbox One or PS4 will go there. So I'm really looking forward to this. Like I said, it did take up a lot more room now. Like my guitar, I have to turn it sideways, and I had to take all my games that are in the portable cases. I had to set them there for now. I'm not sure if I can find another place to put them. But the only other complaint I had is I want to start getting into sim racing, and one of the main things I was looking at was the Play Seat Challenge, because it's only $100 more than a wheel stand, and a wheel stand's kind of lacking, even if you get a good one. I mean, it's just not that fun to sit in like a desk chair, and my love seat here is a little too low to the ground, so I definitely don't think now from here to here that's going to be enough room for the Play Seat Challenge. I still would like to get one. If I had to, I could probably just take it out in the living room if I want to race on it or something. But if you would have one, let me know. From like there to the pedals, I could probably put the pedals in as to hold that sliding thing far back as I can. You can try and sit more upright instead of out, but I don't know. And I don't think I showed yesterday, but since the lighting's a lot better, this is what I picked up. This was supposed to be $89, but I go there all the time, and I know a little bit about marketing and stuff, so I got probably like $30 worth of stuff here and that, and I told them I'd give them $100, because that is in imperfect shape. And one more thing I need to mention is the TV was actually crooked, because the shelves are level, and my room's actually a little bit crooked, because I guess they didn't measure twice, cut once when they built it. But the frame, not the down there, but the frame it's just crooked. Like if I took this off, this thing that runs is like really probably an inch and a half off, and I was trying to figure out how I would do it, but the simplest thing was just to take one of these brackets. I left that one the way it was on the lowest setting, so because I don't want the TV any higher than it needs to be. I moved the screw up on this one, so it pulls the TV up that way more, and that actually was perfect and almost made it to the like millimeter or centimeter right, so that's pretty good. So this was the only CD I got. I have it, the whole thing, like MP3, but when I find an album I really like, I like to have the physical copy for some reason. Like I want to get more Metallica albums and Godsmack albums and bands like that. But I don't really know much about this band, but I know I like this album, so it doesn't hurt to have it. No Mercy. And the thing I like about this pawn shop is they will only take stuff if it has all the papers. So I still have to clean everything off. Make sure the disc. You even get a poster like back in the day when they. Well, that's another problem with this CyanogenMod 4.4. I think when I get a text message on my tablet, I guess it cuts the audio or the play feature. So I certainly hope I didn't lose all that, and I can just mend both clips together. So you get a poster and some more stuff, but I'll save that for another time. I've seen it before, like I think once in school, but I hear it's good, and I don't think we even watched all of it, but it's good enough. And if you're like an Alex Jones guy, I know they always mention The Matrix, so I figured, I don't know if how many Matrixes there are, because I assume Matrix Revolutions was different than just regular Matrix, but I don't know. King Kong, I loved the game. I still want to try and find the game again. I had it for PS2, I want to get it for Xbox 360, but I don't think I ever saw the movie. And this is one of my favorite TV shows, with Dirty Jobs, so I doubt there's too much on it. I think there's only these few episodes here. But still, for the price. And then Monk, I like that show, but it's kind of dumb that they only turned in one season. You'd think they would have, who collects just one season, but nonetheless. So that's pretty much all of it. And hopefully I can get a new camera soon, but I'm planning on getting a PS4 or Xbox One with the next amount of money I have put aside. So thanks for watching, and subscribe for more.